$50. That's all you have. 30 days to survive. Everyone around you is panicking about inflation, about food costs spiraling out of control, about families choosing between rent and groceries. But here's what they don't want you to know. The grocery stores have been playing a psychological game with you for decades, and once you understand their tactics, $50 becomes more than enough to not just survive but thrive for an entire month. I'm about to reveal the secrets that grocery chains spend millions trying to hide from you. The pricing tricks, the layout manipulation, the product placement strategies designed to separate you from your money. But more importantly, I'm going to show you exactly how to turn these tactics against them and walk out with enough food to last 30 days, while everyone else is spending 5 times what you paid. This isn't about couponing. This isn't about buying expired food or eating nothing but ramen. This is about understanding how the food industry really works and using that knowledge to build a complete, nutritious survival stockpile that would cost most people $300 for $50. The first secret they don't want you to know is about loss leaders. Every single week, grocery stores deliberately sell certain items at a loss to get you in the door. They're counting on you buying other high-margin items to make up the difference. But what if you only bought the loss leaders? What if you understood exactly which products they're losing money on and structured your entire shopping strategy around those items? Here's how it works. Grocery stores track your shopping patterns through loyalty cards and purchase data. They know that when you come in for milk, you typically buy bread, eggs, and usually something from the snack aisle. So they'll sell milk below cost, sometimes even at a loss, because they know you'll spend $25 to $40 on other items with much higher profit margins. But the secret is this: you don't have to play their game. Rice is a loss leader at almost every major chain at least twice per month. 20-pound bags of rice that should cost $15 to $18 regularly go on sale for $8 to $10. That's 4 to 6 months of your carbohydrate needs for less than $10. But most people don't recognize these patterns because they're not looking for them. Dried beans follow the same cycle. Black beans, pinto beans, navy beans, kidney beans. The grocery stores rotate which variety goes on deep discount every few weeks. When beans hit loss leader pricing, you can get enough protein for an entire month for under $12. Combined with rice, you now have complete nutrition for under $25. And you haven't even touched the really powerful secrets yet. The second secret is about store brand psychology. Grocery chains spend fortunes convincing you that name brands are higher quality. But here's what industry insiders know. Most store brand products are manufactured by the exact same companies that make the name brand versions. The only difference is the label and the price. Walmart's Great Value brand, Kroger's Simple Truth, Target's Good and Gather, these aren't separate manufacturing facilities. These are the same factories, same ingredients, same quality control standards as the name brand products, but priced 30 to 50% lower because the stores don't have to pay for national advertising campaigns and celebrity endorsements. But here's where it gets really interesting. Store brands have higher profit margins for the retailers, so they actually want you to buy them. This creates a pricing dynamic where store brand staples are consistently priced below cost recovery levels. A can of store brand tomatoes that provides the same nutrition as the name brand version will typically cost 60 to 80 cents compared to $1.50 for the branded version. Over 30 days of meals, that difference adds up to massive savings that most shoppers never calculate. The third secret involves understanding markdown schedules. Every grocery store has specific days and times when they mark down perishable items that are approaching their sell-by dates. This isn't random. This is a systematic process that follows the same schedule every single week. And once you crack the pattern, you gain access to premium products at survival-level prices. Most grocery stores do their major markdowns on Monday mornings and Wednesday afternoons. Why? Because weekend shopping depletes their fresh inventory, and they need to clear space before the next shipment arrives. Meat that was $12 per pound on Saturday becomes $4 per pound on Monday morning. Produce that was premium priced on Sunday gets marked down by 60 to 70% by Wednesday afternoon. But here's the key. Those sell-by dates are extremely conservative. They're designed to protect the store from liability, not to indicate when food actually becomes unsafe. Meat marked down on Monday can be frozen immediately and used for weeks. Produce marked down on Wednesday is perfect for cooking that same day or dehydrating for long-term storage. The fourth secret is about bulk bins and their pricing psychology. Grocery stores position bulk bins as a premium, health-conscious shopping option and price them accordingly for most items. But certain staples in the bulk section follow completely different pricing rules because the stores use them as traffic drivers to the more expensive items nearby. Rolled oats in the bulk section are often priced below the equivalent packaged version. Why? Because the bulk section is typically located near the organic and specialty food aisles, where margins are much higher. The stores are willing to lose money on bulk oats if it gets you walking past $50 bottles of organic olive oil and $20 bags of specialty flour. The same pattern applies to bulk rice, bulk beans, and bulk nuts during certain promotional periods. You can often get premium quality versions of these survival staples for less than the generic packaged versions, but only if you understand when these promotional cycles occur. The fifth secret involves understanding how seasonal pricing really works. Most people think seasonal pricing is about supply and demand. Strawberries are cheap in summer because there are more strawberries. But that's only part of the story. Grocery stores use seasonal pricing as a psychological anchoring tool to make you spend more during specific periods. Here's what they don't tell you. Non-perishable items follow seasonal pricing patterns that have nothing to do with availability. Canned goods, pasta, rice, beans, flour, sugar, all of these items have the same storage and production costs here, but grocery stores manipulate their prices based on shopping psychology. January and February, when people are focused on budgeting after holiday spending. Stores offer the deepest discounts on staples. March and April, when tax refunds arrive, prices creep back up. Summer months see premium pricing because people are focused on fresh foods and outdoor activities. September and October back-to-school season brings another round of staple discounts because stores know families are budget conscious. If you time your major stockpiling for January, February, and September, you can build a 30-day food supply for 40 to 50% less than shopping during peak pricing months. The sixth secret is about store layout manipulation and how to use it to your advantage. Grocery stores pay millions to psychologists and behavioral specialists to design layouts that maximize your spending. The milk is always in the back corner, forcing you to walk past every high-margin temptation item. The checkout aisles are loaded with impulse purchases. High-level shelves contain the highest margin products, while the best deals are positioned where you won't notice them. But once you understand the layout psychology, you can flip it. The best deals are almost always on the bottom shelf or top shelf, the positions that require you to bend down or reach up. Why? Because those positions are harder to stock and harder for customers to access. So stores put their lowest margin items there. Meanwhile, the eye-level products that are easiest to grab have the highest markups. The produce section is positioned at the front of most stores because fresh fruits and vegetables create a psychological impression of health and abundance that makes you more likely to overspend throughout the rest of your shopping trip. But the produce section also contains some of the best survival deals if you know what to look for. Root, vegetables, potatoes, onions, carrots are almost always priced as loss leaders because they store well and have high weight-to-value ratios that make the store's prices seem competitive. A 10-pound bag of potatoes for $3 provides more calories and nutrition than most people realize. Combined with the rice and beans from your earlier shopping, you now have a complete nutritional foundation that will sustain you for 30 days. The seventh secret involves understanding how grocery stores price proteins and how to maximize your protein dollars. Most shoppers focus on per-pound pricing for meat, but that's exactly what the stores want you to do. Per-pound pricing ignores waste, ignores cooking loss, and ignores nutritional density. Whole chickens are almost always priced below the store's cost because they know most Americans don't want to deal with breaking down a whole bird. But a 4-pound whole chicken provides more usable protein than 2 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breasts that cost twice as much. Learn to break down one whole chicken per week, and you've solved your protein needs for under $15 total. Eggs follow a similar pattern. The premium cage-free, organic, specialty eggs have enormous profit margins, but the basic large white eggs are priced as loss leaders. 2 dozen eggs provide 14 servings of complete protein for under $6. That's less than 50 cents per serving for restaurant-quality protein. Canned fish represents the ultimate protein arbitrage opportunity. Canned salmon, sardines, and mackerel provide more omega-3 fatty acids and protein per dollar than almost any fresh fish, but they're priced like poverty food because of social stigma. A can of sardines has more nutrition than a restaurant salmon fillet, but costs $2 instead of $20. The eighth secret is about cooking and preparation strategies that multiply your food value. Most survival food guides focus on what to buy, but they ignore the preparation techniques that can double or triple your food's nutritional value and satiety. Soaking beans overnight before cooking doesn't just reduce cooking time, it increases their protein bioavailability by up to 40%. That means the same amount of beans provides more usable nutrition. Sprouting is even more powerful. 3 days of sprouting can increase the vitamin C content of beans by over 600%, while making them easier to digest. Rice preparation follows similar principles. Parboiling rice before final cooking reduces its glycemic impact, while increasing its resistant starch content. This makes you feel fuller longer on smaller portions. A cup of properly prepared rice can provide the satiety of 2 cups of standard preparation. Bone broths extract nutrition from parts of the chicken that would otherwise be waste. Save the bones from your weekly whole chicken, simmer them with vegetable scraps for 24 hours, and you've created a nutrient-dense base that can stretch your other ingredients much further. The ninth secret involves understanding food storage and preservation techniques that extend your food budget indefinitely. The grocery stores want you to buy fresh and consume quickly because that maximizes their sales frequency. But proper storage and preservation can make your $50 investment last far longer than 30 days. Root vegetables stored in proper conditions, cool, dark, with good air circulation can last 3 to 6 months. Potatoes, onions, and carrots purchased during peak season can provide base ingredients for months of meals. But most people store them incorrectly in kitchen cabinets or refrigerators where they spoil within weeks. Rice and beans, when stored with oxygen absorbers in airtight containers, have shelf lives measured in years, not months. A 50-pound bag of rice purchased during loss leader pricing can provide carbohydrates for an entire year. The same applies to dried beans, oats, flour, and other staples. Dehydration multiplies the value of markdown produce. A 5-pound bag of apples marked down to $2 can be dehydrated into a month's worth of snacks that would cost $20 if purchased as commercial dried fruit. The 10th secret is about meal planning and preparation psychology. The grocery stores want you to shop multiple times per week because each shopping trip is an opportunity for impulse purchases. But survival shopping requires a completely different psychological approach. Plan 30 days of meals before you enter any store. Know exactly what you're buying, where it's located, and how much it should cost. This prevents impulse purchases and keeps you focused on maximum nutrition per dollar. Batch cooking multiplies your time investment and reduces your ongoing decision fatigue. Cook a week's worth of meals in one session, and you eliminate the daily temptation to spend money on convenience foods or restaurant meals. Ingredient flexibility prevents food waste and boredom. Instead of planning specific meals, plan base ingredients that can be combined in multiple ways. Rice, beans, eggs, vegetables, and basic seasonings can create dozens of different meal combinations without requiring additional purchases. Now let me show you exactly how to put this all together into a $50 30-day survival plan. Week 1. Hit the loss leader sales. 20 pounds of rice at $10. 10 pounds of dried beans at $8. 30 eggs at $6. 1 whole chicken at $4. 10 pounds of potatoes at $3. 5 pounds of onions at $2. That's $33 for your core nutritional foundation. Week 2. Focus on markdown proteins and produce additional proteins from the markdown section: canned fish, markdown meat for freezing, maybe some nuts or seeds if they're on sale, seasonal vegetables that are marked down. Your goal is to spend your remaining $17 on items that add variety and additional nutrition to your base ingredients. Weeks 3 and 4. You're now shopping from your stockpile and only buying items that are exceptional deals or that you've run out of. Most of your meals are coming from ingredients you already purchased. The preparation schedule is crucial. Sunday, break down your whole chicken and prepare a large batch of rice and beans. Monday through Wednesday, cook from your prepared ingredients. Thursday, prepare another large batch of base ingredients. Friday and Saturday, cook from your stockpile. This isn't just about surviving 30 days on $50. This is about understanding the psychology and economics of food retail so completely that you can build a sustainable, long-term approach to food security that doesn't depend on high income or government assistance. The grocery stores have been manipulating your food purchases through psychological techniques, strategic pricing, and deliberate complexity for decades. Once you understand their methods, you can flip those same techniques to your advantage and achieve food security that most families, spending 5 times your budget, never attain. $50 and 30 days. That's your challenge. But now you have the secrets that the food industry doesn't want you to know. The question isn't whether you can do it. The question is how much money you'll save once you realize you never needed to spend more.